Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So, dear students, you have already completed your tests, and we have done on the excretory system in human beings. We are finished with that, and hope it's clear to you. We did have a question answer sessions also, where the doubt clearing session was also done, and your performance test is also done. And those who couldn't attend or who has not taken part can again ping me to have one more session with you and get an appointment with me for one more Zoom session for the absentees who couldn't get connected because of net issues or any other problems. So now let us see how does, we were talking about the excretion in human being and the main excretory organ being the kidneys. Now we are going to talk about, how does excretion takes place in other organisms like plants or microorganisms. So let us go for the excretion in plant. And as I told you, yesterday we had a good session with the team of students who are taking part in the waste management in the earthen competition. So the entire team, girls, were doing a wonderful work, and we were talking about waste management. How can somebody's excretion can become food for other animals? Like if you see, that is how that the nature has made this world dependent on each other. We are eating we just say that the toxins that is not required for your body, we are excreting out. Similarly, the टॉक्सिन्स आर नथिंग बट पॉइजन. जो प्लांट्स के लिए अच्छा नहीं होगा, उनके लिए जहरीला जो सब्सटेंस है, वो सब्सटेंस वो लोग फेंक रहे हैं अपने बॉडी से, प्लांट की बॉडी से बाहर फेंक रहे हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ गम, लैटेक्स एंड cinnamon. There are so many things we are going to discuss about, and even फ्रूट्स भी उनके लिए पॉइजनस है जो वो फेंक दे रहे हैं अपने बॉडी से, एंड उनका एक्सक्रीटा इज बिकमिंग आवर फूड. And then finally, what are we excreting out is becoming the manure for the growth of the plants. So that is how the cycle runs. So let us see how the excreta of these plants, we are going to discuss about how plants excrete, right? And the main we call it excretion, and in plants it's called, you have already learned about transpiration. And the main organ, like we have got kidneys, even the stomata inside the leaf, which is bean shaped like kidney, is performing this function of excretion. So let's go by this. Thanks to Sonu Academy for creating this wonderful video on excretion. I'm going to use the same video to explain you how excretion in plants takes place. So excretion and the release of substances. So in plants, it has been divided into three major excretions that plants are giving out in the form of proteins, carbohydrates, and foam. All these which we are eating are nothing but the excreta of the plants. Okay, so now don't stop eating. It is allowed for us, okay, halal for us. So now the secondary metabolism in the plants that are being excreted out, that was the primary, and the secondary is alkalides, tannins, resins, gums, and latex. Let us see how all these are functioning. All these excreta are used by us. So what are alkalides, and from where do we get these alkalides? So these are the nitrogenous waste products. All nitrogenous, the element nitrogen, and we have even seen how this mineral is consumed by us. So this nitrogenous waste byproducts and poison, which is poison for the plants, these are stored in different parts of the plants. Some of the alkalides are used in medicines. That are the common alkalides that are used in medicines we are going to see today. and we mostly use them in the kitchen. In the biryani, Hyderabad ki biryani, इसके बिना बनी नहीं सकती है. Cinchona, you call it a bark, which is a bark of a tree, जिसको दालचीनी कहते हैं आप लोग. So these are certain very good peppers, and all these excreta that comes out from the plants are used as, has got a medicinal values and food for human beings. So you can see that alkaloid is quinine, and it comes from a plant called cinchona, and it's a bark of a plant. Bark, you know, वो जो tree का trunk होता है उसके ऊपर the scaly hard substance जो हम खींच के निकालते हैं. You can just relate, go inside the kitchen and दालचीनी निकाल के देखो, which is nothing but a bark. That is a bark of a tree. So quinine is a medicine that is used to treat malaria. Malaria is treated by quinine. So this is one of the alkaloids that we are getting from plants. And nicotine is produced from leaves, and it has come from Nicotiana tabacum. The nicotine gives you a sort of what do you call nasha ke liye people use it, and it's not good if it is used in large proportions, but whenever there is a need to have a medicinal use, it's being used. And morphine is also another medicine that is used by that comes from a fruit, excreta of the fruit. And what happened? Yeah, that comes from the excreta of the fruit, morphine. And morphine is generally used as a painkiller. Mostly, patients of the at the last stage of carcinoma, or the cancer patient, they suffer with a great pain. So this morphine is given to such patient, and the plant that is gives that fruit, morphine fruit, is from the morphine is extracted from a fruit of a plant named Papaver somniferum. And then reserpine is the root of Rovalfia serpentina. It's the name of the plant is Rovalfia serpentina, and its roots that give this alkaloid called reserpine. And caffeine, coffee to jo hum daily peete hain, that caffeine seeds come from Caffea arabica, and there is an Arabian from Arabia, Saudi Arabia, has gifted us this coffee seeds, which is very good for students who want to become, thoda sa it makes your brain a little active if you're feeling sleepy, or sometimes and most of the time you feel sleepy when you're studying, isn't it? So at that time, have a cup of coffee and see the difference. But too much of anything is not good. So coffee is good if you are having it sometimes, especially during your examination times when you are preparing for the exams. Okay, and nimbin is also another, alkaloid that comes from the seeds, barks of the fruit, trees and the leaves. And now let us see what is the next one is tannins and carbon compounds. What are tannins and carbon compounds that are excreted from the plants? They are stored in different parts of the plant and are deep brown in color. Tannins are used in chaining of leather and the medicines, example, cassia and acacia. So you can see that these tannins are जो आपका leather bags है, belts most of you use, or anything that is made up of the leather, उसको जो color होता है, that is with the tannin, natural color that comes from the plants. Okay. And you can even see how this occurs mostly in the gymnosperms in the passage and resin passage. These are used to for varnishing, for example, pinus. And binding materials also. Plants like mostly gum is used to bind. Even you use the gum for, that is also a part of tannin that is coming out of the branches of the plant. This gum has got medicinal value, as well as usko kuch bhi cheez ko chipkane ke liye gummy substance, you make something very adhesive attached. So that is also one of the gum that is used. So plants like neem, acacia secretes a sticky substance called gum. When branches are cut, the gum swells, absorbing water, and helps in healing of the cut part of the plant. So generally when, you know, the branches are broken, if you have got a cut or a bruise on your skin, how painful it looks, and how your you know, coagulation system works. The platelets, blood platelets coagulates and stop you bleeding, and excess of bleeding is stopped. Similarly, if a plant also gets hurt or cut down, then, you know, this gummy substance comes out as a savior, and the gum swells, absorbing water and healing of the cut parts of the plant. Economically, gums are valuable, being used as adhesive and binding agents in the preparation of medicines, foods, etc. It is very, you know, gum is very common, and it is used for food preparations and many other items in our day-to-day life. And now there is something called latex. एक मिल्की सब्सटेंस रहता है जिसको लैटेक्स बोलते हैं, वो भी प्लांट से एक्सक्रीट आउट होता है. It is belonging to the Euphorbiaceae and family, and it has stored in latex cells. And आपको इतना तो botanical names याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसको परेशान मत हो. If you can remember latex, which is rubber like substance, और always ये Greek and Latin words के लिए एक बार चेक कर लो, गूगल में डाल दो. नाउ यू कैन नो एनीथिंग व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लैटेक्स इन इंग्लिश. सो if anything that is latex is you know, rubber is prepared from that same, you know, this is again a gummy substance. Rubbers are your erasers. That also comes from this milky white erasers that have been prepared comes from this plant again. Not only that, any rubbers are also used in I mean many places. In the nuts, you know, use of rubber is also in the manufacturing of automobile industries, a lot of places. And even in your school, students use it as erasers. So all this we are getting from the plant. So now I think you understand why we have to plant trees and conserve nature, how it's important in how many different aspects. And now if you look at the particles in the air, generally you hear logo ko pollen. We are going to, I think you have already learned it in your lower classes. Like when we are going for the reproductive systems in the plant, you'll come across a powdery substance called pollen. Flowers के अंदर you must have usually seen, you know, if you remove the anthers, उसमें से some yellowish powdery substance जो बाहर आता है, that's called pollen. And generally people suffer from pollen allergies during, you know, spring season and all. There is a lot of flowers around, and whenever the air, with the wind and air is used as a pollinating agent, that helps in taking the pollen from one plant, one stigma to the other stigma of the other different plants. And while it's been flowing out, it causes, you know, allergies to human being. So there are some side effects. उसके benefits भी हैं, तो थोड़े side effects भी हो रहेंगे. So naturally these are we have to protect ourselves from these agents. So nowadays masks, so generally it enters inside your body through the opening of your nostrils, mouth and nose and eyes, through which, you know, mouth, eyes, ears, all the sense organs and your ears, wherever you have got these holes, this pollen can enter inside and create, can become allergens, where you have allergic symptoms like running nose, watery eyes, and itching. Itching is the main, and reddish. You can see her reddish cheeks of this poor girl who is suffering from this allergy. So always use mask, close your ears, and if possible wear a goggles and protect your eyes also during this, whenever you find that there's a lot of pollen in the atmosphere. And these nitrogenous substances are also found in the walls of the pollen grains. These are protein substances, and when they enter our body, they cause allergy. Hence, they are called allergens. They cause skin allergy. Asthma is also one of the very dreadful, you know, disease which we people are suffering because of this pollen allergy. And now you can see aromatic oils. There are always, you know, you use this aroma in your food. Ekdam, you know, you get a good smell of your food or something, you know, and you feel like eating. Smell is also connected with your, you know, appetite. So these aromatic oils or the scents also occur in the leaves of lemongrass. You've got a special fresh lemon smell, ocimum, eucalyptus oil. All these are the aromatic oils. These are also the excreta of the plants that a plant is throwing out as a poison, and we are using it as we for garnishing, aromating, and using it for appetite also. Its excreta is also used to increase the appetite of the food, and are used as a selling products in many of the places. So a treasure of poisonous medicines, and if you can just, as you have read about all this, the same thing is again repeated.
Recent pages. These are found mainly in gymnosperms. Latex is a milky white or yellow liquid and present in the latex cells or passages in plants. Thank you. This is
So you have learned about alkalides and the excreta of the plant. And apart from that, what else you have? Alkalides is one, and okay, other organisms also. Excretion in other multicellular organisms, I think you have in your book. Phylum protozoas and all, right? Yeah, excretion versus secretions is also one of the topic that you are supposed to know about. What is, and even you have the other topic called difference between excretion and secretions. Secretions क्या होते हैं? That is inside your body. आपकी body के अंदर जो secretions हो रहे हैं, like hydrochloric acid is secreted into your stomach, peptins, bile is secreted, hormones are secreted. So all these secretions inside your body, it is happening inside your body. Whereas excretion is something outside of the body, which is poisonous and you have to throw out of the body. So let us see the difference between what all are the secretions and excretions, and what are the differences between them. Excretion and secretion. Difference is mentioned. Yes, here.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So now we are going to.
So what we are going to do now is differences between excretion and secretions. So let us see what is the difference between excretion and secretion. So secretion is the movement of material from one part of the body to another part. Within the body it is happening, and it is called as an active process. Whereas excretion is removal of waste material or the toxins, poison, आपकी body में से जो जहर निकाल के फेंका जा रहा है, there is excretion in the organisms. So this excretion is a passive process, and secretion is an active process which is continuously happening inside our body. So like what are the secretions? Right from your mouth for the digestion starts, materials like saliva. Saliva is secreted for digestion, enzymes, hormones that are all secreted inside your body. Whereas materials like tears that come out of your eyes are also toxins, poison है, उसको भी निकाल के फेंक देना चाहिए. It's very good. बोलते हैं कि उसको आंसुओं को अंदर मत रखो, निकाल के फेंक डालो. So it is good for health. So materials like tears है, लेकिन जनरली इन अवर सोसाइटीज हम लोग कहते हैं लड़का है, बट लड़के के लिए तो उसको रोना नहीं चाहिए. स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन shouldn't cry. So these are all myths that you should not follow. Whenever you feel like, don't ever think you are weak if you are crying out. Cry out, let the tears shed out, and the toxins, all these hatred, jealous feelings, all the negative aspects of what is there inside your body is thrown out of your body, and it's good for you. So materials like tears, sweat also, sweat, carbon dioxide, urine, and feces, they are all excreted from the body. And salivary glands, digestive glands, endocrine glands, pancreas, liver, and gallbladder are also involved. Rectum, lungs, tear duct, and skin are involved. So here, all these are secreted from. Where are these secretions coming? The source of secretions are salivary glands, digestive glands, endocrine glands, pancreas. You do remember that the digestive glands secretes pepsin, and endocrine glands, what does endocrine gland secretes? Like thyroid is an endocrine gland, thyroxine is secreted. Pancreas is also an endocrine which secretes pancreatic juice. Liver secretes bile. Gallbladder stores biles, and the organs that helps in excretion. Rectum, fecal matter is all the feces is thrown out of your body through rectum, from rectum. And lungs, carbon dioxide, lungs purify and gives out carbon dioxide as an excreta. Tear ducts are there which gives out tears, and skin is also involved in secreting out sweat. So this secretion requires all this metabolism, and it is eliminated from our body. So let's see. So hope you have understood the difference between secretions and excretion. Secretion is happening inside your body, and excretion happens outside your body. Excretion is all the toxins and the poisons that are not required are thrown out of the body. So hope you understood this. And another, excretion that is left out about excretion in microorganisms. I think that is one table on page number. In your bio, I don't know what are the page numbers of the new textbooks. The last year textbook, page number 85, also talks about, you must know what all are the excretory organs that are present in unicellular and multicellular and organisms. Like we human being or the evolved mammals, the excretory organ is kidney. Whereas protozoas are the first, like amoeba is a protozoa. Pro is first, zoa is animal. The first animals, they were having their excretion only through diffusion through the skin. The skin was functioning like a main excretory organ. Through the process of diffusion through skin only, the excretion was taking place in protozoans. Whereas Polyphera and Coelenterata, water beds, also almost all their cells have got water beds, that cilia-like substances that were helping in excretion. And in platyhelminthes, it is the flame cells they have. And in nematodes, it's the Renti cells. Annelids, the excretory organ was called nephridia. And in arthropoda, it is green glands and Malpighian tubules. In mollusca, it is metanephridia. And in echinodermata, water vascular system is there. In reptiles, aves, and mammals, it is kidney. Reptiles, reptiles are rat, all the crawling animals. Pura reptiles mein you'll find kidney. And aves bole to birds. Aves are all birds that are flying in the sky. You see those hens, sparrows, and all these aves. They come under aves. And peacock. So they all are also having kidneys. And mammalians are monkeys, animals, and all these goats, dog. They all come under mammals. And I think we have completed. This is what you need to remember. What all are the excretory organs of the other animals. And we have covered up the entire chapter. Tomorrow we'll have a session. One is your performance test. Tomorrow again, same time, 3 p.m. We'll be having go through this video and come back. Please ask questions wherever you have doubts. So we'll have a half an hour doubts clearing session, and then 10 minutes of your performance test. So all the very best. Take care. Follow SMS rule. Don't take risk. Again, we have got the second wave of corona, and which is very dangerous. And as the climate is changing and it's severe cold is coming, be more protective. Remain inside. SMS rule. Follow SMS rule. You remember SMSs. Sanitizer, mask, and what are the other thing? One is sanitizer, M is mask, and S is social distancing. So most of you are not doing when you are coming to the school also to submit your notes. Please make sure that you follow social distancing. Take care. Allah Hafiz.